Like a frog.
Target, my favourite place. I'm so happy. I can't.
Is this where we were?
Maybe you can be on board or not. Hang on to the top. I can't wait to lay down.
If we were going fast, I'd be cold on it.
We're using everything. For everything. It means a lot of things. So you can mean like you're a wanker, or it can mean like you're an idiot, or you can mean like Malacca. I got a lot of great phrases in Australia, and they say it all the time.
We use cunt. We say cunt for everything.
I say beleng a lot.
Literally anything.
In Australia, it's the same. You can use I say fuck. I'm fucking cold. That's fucking yeah, I use arsehole all that. I never use arsehole. Yeah, because
Arsehole don't really sound right. Yeah, it don't sound right in our accent. We meant to be taking pictures.
You don't need to.
We should send them at the group chat.
Yeah, I'll let you guys do it. I can't sit still. I know, but that's why it's cool.
So far, I'm thinking.
Out the back. Let me show you the state.
Is that?
It's a nice hostel, but out the back this time.
Alrighty guys, we're making our way to your Sears Tower. Now, I know you guys know about that name change and it's called the Willis Tower now, but I'm born and raised right here in Chicago, so I still call it by its normal name, well its original name I should say, which is the Sears Tower. Now the Sears Tower is indeed our tallest building here. But you know those record book holders that deemed the Sears Tower our tallest building? They came back. They said, hey, the Sears Tower is indeed your tallest building, but guys, it shrunk. And I said, how does a building shrink? That's not possible. Well, they explained to me, well, during the 2020 renovations at the Sears Tower, you guys lost 2 floors, so that means you shrunk. I explained, we didn't lose anything. I know exactly where those 2 floors are. You see, they turned it into a dining area, a restaurant, so there's no shrinkage involved. The Sears Tower is simply our tallest building. And we're making our way through what would be called our financial institution area, okay? Now here to my left-hand side, this is the Federal Reserve Bank. This is where you can go in and take a picture with $1 million. Yep, they have a display of $1 million. Now you can't have any of it, not even $100, because trust me, I've tried. But you can snap that photo. Okay? Now, well, that's our federal prison. Yep, and we unfortunately had a few governors that spent some time there. Now the rumor is that once you go over to the FBI building or anything like that, they have a tunnel that'll lead you right across the street to the federal prison if need be. Okay? Now guys, be prepared to look down my right hand side as I make this turn. I want to show you Chicago 100 years ago. You're looking down that street? Well, that's what Chicago looked like 100 years ago. You see, there's only one new addition to that block down there. Everything else was there 100 years ago. My left-hand side, that's the Flamingo, and it's located in the center of Fed Plaza.
Exactly. No, I've seen that. So I'm up in the middle of night and England's back up there. Oh, by the way, Uber Eats.
Now, as I prepare to make this right-hand turn, on my left-hand side, there's your Picasso sculpture, and it's located in the center of Daly Plaza. Now, the Picasso sculpture, we were honored to receive it. We really were. And Picasso didn't want anything from us for that. He said, hey, I I want to offer this to you guys, and I'm just really happy to have it displayed at such a beautiful city. So we've had the Picasso sculpture.
It looks like the angel with wings.
You'll see it. You'll see it.
We're going to be going by down State Street, that great street, and we're going to be really close to Marshall Fields. Okay, it's Macy's on State Street. I know. And I'll stop about here since we're stopped by that red light in case anyone wanted to snap a photo of the Chicago Theater.
Let's get up. Let's get some culture, guys.
Wacker. Now Wacker is a 3-story street. Yep, there's Lower Wacker, Upper Wacker, and what they call Middle Wacker, okay?
That's fucking
In a way next to cocktail.
Now, as we make our way down the south end of Michigan Avenue, it's going to be all about the museums and the parks, okay, in this area. The north end being about, well, shopping.
Yeah, it's like 4 stories or some shit. Oh, this is where we walked yesterday. This is the beach. It's over there. It's like, yeah, I think.
On my left-hand side, there's the start of the Millennium Park, and that's the home of the Bean, also known as Cloudgate. Now, the Bean.
I've never been before.
I've never been. Well, I've been like once.
I've never been.
Just make sure you get strong knees.
Pretty easy, nice.
If you hold your knees and your ankles strong.
Who knows how to ice skate? You know how to ice skate. We're out here for all of this.
And coming up at the next traffic light, there's going to be some statues. Those are going to be our Spearman and Bowman statues on my left-hand side. And as we get a little bit closer, I want to point out a few facts about the Spearman and Bowman statues. My left-hand side, guys. Now, the Spearman and Bowman sculptures, if you glance over, you'll notice that they are indeed weaponless. Now, some people thought that their weapons had been stolen. Some even thought that they had been replaced due to 9/11. They thought that they had been removed due to 9/11. But that's not true. You see, the artist that donated those statues to us, the Spearman and Bowman, he made them weaponless on purpose. He made them without their spear and their bow and arrow. He said, well, I want you guys to use your imagination. I want you to glance over and envision seeing them with their weapons. Okay? It's a beautiful, beautiful hotel on the inside. The inside it kind of looks vintage, but it's a beautiful hotel, okay? That's your Chicago Hilton.
What one's your now? The big ones? Yeah. No, that looks like it. Yeah. They look like small ones.
You're from the 1800s. Now that's a beautiful photo opportunity there. If you ever in this area, come and walk up those stairs and take a picture with General Logan. Also, that statue was meant to be his final resting place, but that didn't happen for him and his wife, actually. And she had a story behind them. She said when she was a little girl, she said, I would see all of the soldiers, and I was a very tiny little girl, and no matter how high up I looked, I couldn't see their faces. She said, and they would never look down enough so I could see their faces. So when she became an adult and an artist, she decided to make sculptures of what she could remember about those soldiers. And guys, she said she could only remember their legs. So that's what she made sculptures of, their legs.
Yeah, we're there Sunday.
Now, Soldier Field, you know what's supposed to happen there, right? That's where the Bears are supposed to win games.
If you want to come, I'll buy like 5 or 6 tickets.
We asked Clara as well.
Yeah, ask Carl.
And we'll go watch a game.
Soldier Field is our oldest standing NFL stadium. It was built in 1924. Also, Soldier Field is the home of the very first Summer Special Olympics game, and that was held in 1968. But don't worry, guys. We have a better picture opportunity coming up for you of the beautiful Lake Michigan, okay? I promise it's going to be breathtaking.
What you centimeters?
How tall are you? Are you intending to do?
Well, then we're on the bus.
Yeah, no, I want to do it. The one where they're going like that to go like that. Oh, the aquarium. I love the aquarium. I love the zoo. I prefer the zoo, but I like the aquarium. I like looking at stingrays. So like.
Now, the Adler Planetarium, which is right in front of us, that's the study of the solar system, outer space, the moon, and the stars. It's a beautiful museum, and once you're in, they kind of make you feel like you're, well, walking through outer space. It's full of stars and things like that. But the only thing that I like better than the inside view is the outside view, and it's coming up, guys.
Are we just...
They told me that they messed up because the fall semester.
And they didn't expect much longevity out of Grandpa. But Grandpa Fish surprised everyone, and he lived years and years here with us here at the Shed Aquarium. A few years back, Grandpa Fish did pass away, but it's okay, because we know that he had a great life with us. If you are ever going to the Shed Aquarium, take some time and go over to the wall. We have a Grandpa Fish wall, and they tell you all about his adventures. And they even have a few photos of Grandpa Fish, okay? The real name of this building is Lake Point Tower. Inside of Lake Point Tower, former Chicago Bulls star Scottie Pippen stayed here. And also, Oprah Winfrey wanted to get a unit here, but she had a request. She said she wanted to rent an entire floor because she didn't want any neighbors. Oprah Winfrey said she didn't want a reason for the elevator to stop on her floor. So guys, Lake Point Towers told Oprah Winfrey they could not accommodate her or her millions. A fun fact about Lake Point Tower, it's one of the first residential high-rise buildings in the country to offer electric appliances as well as electric utilities to the public. And these buildings are landmarks. They're known to being able to stand up to the Great Fire of Chicago. And see, during the Great Fire of Chicago, everything was made out of wood, so it was easily burned. Those two buildings being made of that brick, well, it was able to withstand the Great Fire of Chicago. And that's what makes it part of your day. You guys have a great and safe day. Happy New Year's.